What's up, guys? I am Totuns, and in today's video, I'll be showing you how to structure a modern Afrobeat. So let's get into it straight. I'm going to break it down into three parts. Number one, which is the drums. This is the drums, and number two, which are the instruments, and number three are the effects, FX, like all this crash, fall, fills, and drum rolls. So yeah, so and one thing you want to also have at the back of your mind is how you create build-ups for like maybe every two bars you're adding new elements, or every eight bars, something like that. You get. So to me, this first two bars, this first two bar, this first two bar. I don't know if this. I think this is one, two, three, four. This first four bar is my intro. Then next is your verse one. That's how I do it. Intro, verse one. Then next is the pre-chorus, and in the pre-chorus I usually introduce bass. So is like the verse one will be like kind of empty. There will be enough space for the artist to say whatever they want to say. Then for the pre-chorus, I'll add bass and little more instruments just to make it more groovy. Then finally the chorus, which is this phase here. And in the chorus, I'll introduce all other instruments. Yeah, that will be like the loudest part too. Then immediately after the chorus, I go back to my verse one again. If you pay attention, if you're looking very well, you see that the same thing that is here is what is here. So to the artist, this is going to be verse two, pre-chorus again, then pre-chorus again, chorus, then outro. This is a simple way. There are various ways to arrange your beats, but this is a simple way. So for the first bass instrument, this is what I use. This is the chord progression to the beat. Easy, simple. With this as your chord progression, other things is just you adding more keys to it, adding more things on top of it to make it seem interesting. If you look at in this same pattern, this is the chord progression. I added this guitar from Flex to make it more interesting. Mind you, it is still the same. If I take this one octave down, you see that it is the same. It's the same with the chord progression, but then I just made some notes skip here. You get. So that's how you make things interesting. Together playing with the chord progression to sound like this. So yeah, this one it's sounding more interesting, or you get my point. Then what you want to add to for like this, the next two bars in your intro is something you can add your bass, which is this. I use this Liquid State GOL from this is Armless plugin.
That's your name, Alimo. You are the baddest girl in the world. Like if you go for your pies, man, you want to get you want them to spray you money.
This one is giving dark vibe, you understand? So then for the first verse, this is more of the chord progression, but at this point I was extending each note. You can see that the notes are longer now, and there are no space in between. This one is making it look calm. It's giving a calm vibe, you understand? To sound like this. So that is it for that. Then moving to my pre-chorus, I still have this chord progression as the bass. What you just notice is, you listening to it, you know that I'm still using the same chord progression. That's how you even stay on key. But what you notice is a difference in the plugin I'll use or how I'm placing the note. Look at it. Look at this now. Easy. Yeah, I'm mixing two Lounge Lizard plugins. It's an XRX plugin I'm using here. I just mix these two together to give us this sound. To make it more interesting, remember this is the pre-chorus section where I usually add my bass. The bass I'm adding here is just some log drums. Now, I'm adding log drums. I'm not going to make the log drums sound the way I'm going to use the log drums in an Amapiano beat. This one is something different. This is modern Afrobeat. So, you can see. If you watch my previous video, you see that when I'm using log drums, I like to layer it so you're having a new sound. You're not just having the regular log drums. Here, I'm layering this log drum with this 808. Let me give you one spice. One thing you should try is on your okay. On your pre-chorus section, you should add sounds like this. This sound, this is also a log drum. This is a preset from Fruity DX10. You can copy this preset. You use it in log drums too. So you just layer it together and you have beautiful sound like this. Amazing already. You know, I told you this part you're going to make it more groovy, more like you're making it danceable. So yeah, that's what I did here. So finally, for the instruments, is my chorus section where I released all the instruments, all of that plugins I added. When you use sounds like this gives it how do I want to say it? Like it makes it soulful. You understand? It gives it emotion. It gives it and you know the chorus part has to be emotional some way, somehow. It has to make sense to the person that's listening to it. So this plugin is Morphine. Morphine is useful. Most of what I do, I use stock plugins. So this preset from Morphine will give you this sound. Make it make sense. Just play around. What I did here is I was just playing around with notes, with different notes here, you understand? It was just me playing around, and I added this marimba sound from Flex. Next I added was this string. This string is from XRX. Are you seeing how it is making more sense? The more you add more elements, the more it becomes more interesting. And this is the liquid stage oil from the beginning. We only introduced a little part of it from the beginning. Now we're using it fully here. Yep, that is it, and our chord progression. Cleared for now. Now let's move to the drums. The drums, you know you want to use shakers in your drums and snare. So yeah, this is the base of my drum, this shaker. And these chopsticks. This is what the actual sample of this sound like. But I just need the sticks here. I don't need the actual loop. So that's why you see me chopping. That's why you see me chopping them off like this. Just to get wherever I want with this sample. Yeah. So with small shakers. So once you have this, you start building up. What I did next was my kick. Mind you, I used two different patterns, or up to 3 different patterns of kick. For the first one, this is like the intro part. The beat never starts very last, so you understand. You have to give them like this suspense here. Now, when the beat starts, this is the actual kick here. Then next I added was this. And most of what I did here, you see how much there. Most of what I did here was I was layering sounds just to get a unique Wizkid type of vibe. You understand? Now more percussions. This rim, I layered it to get the sound. You see that now it sounds more full. And layer this one too. And I added more layer, but this here is just easy. Just keep dancing, keep adding more elements, but don't make your sound muddy. You understand? Just give space at intervals, but make sure you are keeping the groove. And once you have your drums like this, you know that Afrobeat is all about percussions. Yeah, most of the things I was using here were percussions. So after your drums, next you want to add to your drums is conga. Series of conga, as much as you want, as far as you don't make your drums muddy. More congas. That was literally hard. This is what the congas sound like. Bongo, open hayat. This is what the congas sounds like. Alone. Together with the instrument, the drums and the instrument minus the effects, yeah, you have some like this. This is the pre-chorus part. You see how everything is making sense now. So yeah, we are done with the instruments. I've walked you through the drums. Now is the FX, you understand? So what you will notice for effects or how you want to use your effects is every 4 bars like this, you are dropping something to introduce something. You understand? So if you notice now for like this part now, I'm using this to introduce this face, and yeah, I'm using this place also to introduce this face. So that this crash is necessary when you are doing Afrobeats. So every 4 bars like that, you see crash. You see different types. You can repeat crash if you use like 3 different crashes, you just put them to a different interval. It makes more sense. Let's see. Another one here too. You see? That's how you every four bars. See this place too. Now, this type of effects that come before crash is usually called drum rolls. Understand? So you find drum rolls like this. Drum rolls. So that is it. That is it for effects. That is drum rolls and effects for you. So adding them with your drums, everything is just going to make sense. Take for instance, look at this part now.
Third.
It just have to make sense. It just have to make sense if you take your things step by step. See the way I structured it to make it less confusing for yourself. Okay, one thing I didn't tell you about your drums is when you are moving from face to face, like from your verse to your chorus to your pre-chorus, all these type of places now, just before the next phase, you can just chop your drums off to give them space. And yeah, you have a full Afrobeat. So let's just give it a little lesson from beginning to like the chorus part.
Back in the day, let's be realistic. If your name is Alima, they don't call you Alima, they call you Alimo. You understand? So it's like, don't be shy. That's your name, Alimo. You are the baddest girl in the world. Like if you go for your baptize, man, you want to get you want them to spray you money.
Third. Third.